Hi, I'm back. This is Josh's corner, but as you can see, I'm not in my corner, as usual. I'm in a different location right now. But I've had this thing that I've been meaning to talk about since it's been announced, and I just haven't had time to film it. And I've took a hiatus just because things kept getting in the way and I just never had time to film. But the thing I'm talking about today is something wrestling related, so there's that. So if you don't care or anything, you can click off the video. I don't care. Anyway, is the announcement that the match Alpha versus Omega will be happening. Meaning, if you don't know what that means, in New Japan Pro Wrestling, Kenny Omega will be fighting a WWE superstar named Chris Jericho. That's unprecedented for this point in time, because WWE isn't like other promotions and lets their guys go wrestle in other promotions. They have a strict stranglehold on their wrestlers. But apparently now it's getting more lenient, or Chris Jericho just doesn't care if he gets fired. Because, I mean, it's Chris Jericho. I wouldn't if I was him either. I would rather go work somewhere else than WWE anyway. But the match will probably be really good. Because, I mean, Chris Jericho's getting up there in age, but I'm pretty sure he can still hang with the better of them. So I feel like this match will be really good, and it's at Wrestle Kingdom 12. I'll be watching that just for that match, at least. For the IWGP United States Championship, which the champion's Kenny Omega, and they're trying to legitimize the championship because it was just introduced late this year, maybe? Or earlier this year? Not late this year. Or maybe late last year. I'm not for sure on that. Pretty sure it was this summer, though. But I really do. It'll really surprise me if Chris Jericho actually wins it, because I think he's just there to make Kenny look good. Or maybe, from what some people are speculating, it might be to try to get Kenny to sign with WWE. Like, hey, if you can wrestle people just like Chris if you come to the WWE. But you'll probably be a jobber in about 2 months. That's the bad thing, because they don't know how to help talent half the time in WWE. Like Neville. He's a good wrestler and a good high flyer, but then yet he gets relegated to the cruiserweight division and losing to a guy that doesn't really wrestle. Good talker though, Enzo Amore. But yeah, that was pretty big news, and I found out at about 6:30 in the morning, and I was freaking out. I was not expecting that. And I like Chris Jericho using his band Fozzie's Judas song, because I really like that song. And I think he should use that in WWE if he ever comes back, which he probably will, other than his Walls of Jericho music or whatever it's called, because he's used that for way too long now. I think it's time for him to get a new one. So, yeah. That was a pretty big announcement, and ooh, that glare though. That was a pretty big announcement. Alpha versus Omega. I can't remember the date exactly, but Wrestle Kingdom 12. It's in January, and I'll be watching. And to see what Tetsuya Naito does, because he won the G1 Climax. I know he'll probably be fighting. Oh, he'll be fighting for the championship, the heavyweight championship, but I think there might be one more special event before then, so Okada might lose it, but probably not. So it'll probably be Tetsuya Naito versus Okada. Then again, so yeah, that's all I've got to say in this video. I'll probably try to be posting more on this channel, but I'm Josh, and as you can see, again, my corner's not here. So, bye.